Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. You have joined us for an absolutely cracking show because it's one of our award-winning craft-alongs. I'm very much looking forward to this one. We have got a craft-along with our amazing Christmas-shaped card-based dies, and my goodness me, it's going to be an absolutely amazing project. We've already had a little bit of a sneak peek. If you joined us for this morning's Play Your Craft Right, you will be knowing exactly what we're going to be creating. I say what we're going to be creating. It is not me doing the crafting today. I did say on this morning's show, though, I think I might be recreating this one at a later date. But of course, I'm not on my own for this one. I am joined by the incredibly talented Michelle, who's going to be doing this project for us. Looking forward to this one, Michelle.
Yes, I've been so, as soon as Sarah said, yes, Michelle will do this, I was, she will do this. No, I was very excited because just like you guys, I saw that sample and, well, to be honest, I saw the die and the first thing I thought was, that needs to be made into a house, absolutely. And then obviously it's Carol, isn't it, who's done that amazing sample. So mine is obviously, it's not as embellished because I'm not going to get that all done in 2 hours. But, you know, I'm going to show you how to make this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to absolutely go to town with your decorations, with any of your fake snow, anything like that. So yeah, I have got my chimney. So I've quickly made myself one here. Aww. So every time I look at the side, I'm going to see my chimney and I'm going to remember. So it's going to go on there and you can see it is very, very easy to do. So I haven't forgot my chimney. But so yeah, very excited.
To this one. Yeah, it's such a cute project and it is so typically Christmas, isn't it? And I think a lot of you guys at home are going to want to be recreating this absolutely beautiful project. We've got already a few of you joining us over on the socials. Say a quick few hellos before we get in at that shopping list so you'll know exactly what you need to create this incredible project. So we have got Ben's joining us, he's back. We've got Mary saying good afternoon. Janet is in. Carletta Morris is in from Arkansas. Rhonda Crowley's Creations is saying good afternoon. We've got Beth joining us. Betsy's in again. She's got all the supplies out and ready to craft. Betsy, I hope you'll share with us your makes at the end of the show. Deborah's in. She can't wait for this craft along. Angela's saying good afternoon. Sam McDonald is in. We've got Alicia Gordon is watching, as is Olga. Beth Falone is in and Sarah Ibbotson is saying hello as well. Now I've seen the absolutely gorgeous project that we're going to be making as part of this craft along, but of course if you guys at home are wanting to craft along, you need to know exactly what you need to actually be getting ready to create this project, and Michelle is going to go through that shopping list with you right now.
I am indeed. Another nice, simple shopping list, not 3,000 things on there for you. So you're going to need the gingerbread house stamp and die set. And then you're going to need your craft card and some Centura pearl. I've used the Snow White hint of silver and I've used the dark chocolate. Your luxury mixed A4 card packs. I'm going to use the gold, the red and the green.
Or red, gold and green. Right. Just had to do it. I had to do it.
Oh, they've put it on wrong, haven't they, look?
Yeah, that was me.
Your quick dry ink pad in Chinese red. Your water reactive ink pad in the Friar Brown. And then you are also going to need your Snow Queen crushed ice glitter, or if you've got any of the others, that's fine. Some just gems from your stash, your Kalal tacky glue, dotty tape pen, your Gemini midi or larger, your big scoreboard, a large guillotine or your paper trimmer, and a rounded corner punch.
Fabulous. So that's everything you're going to need to create this absolutely incredible project. Now, I've said a few hellos to the lovely guys that are watching at home, but it's not just me and Michelle in the studio today. We are joined by one of our fabulous crafters crafting along at home. We have got our amazing Lynn Go Live Granny. We've already said hello. And oh my goodness me, she looks absolutely terrific. Good afternoon, Lynn. Are you well?
I'm very well, thank you, yes.
Are you all set up, all ready for our craft along?
I am, yes. Very much.
Wow, we are so excited to have you on the show. You look absolutely incredible. I mean, the headgear, we said it on last week's craft along. Our Gareth was looking amazing in his apron, but you did say you're going to have to try and outdo him this week. And I have to say, with a homemade decoration, I think, Lynn, sorry Gareth if you're watching, I think you might have done it. You look absolutely amazing. But how long have you been crafting for? Have you been crafting for many years, or are you quite new to crafting?
Yeah, I haven't been paper crafting that as long. I've been crafting since I was a child, and most of my life I was more knitting.
Okay.
Did a lot of knitting, and then when I was taken ill, I mean, I have done some paper craft, but when I was in COVID, I sort of found you and sort of tagged along, and then when I was really ill at Christmas and nearly died, my recovery was spent watching you 3 times a day.
Lynn, it's always I always say it's so lovely. We are such a community here at Crafters TV. Honestly, you are never alone. I know myself, I live at home, and so often I'll be in my craft room and I've always got the TV on. We're always here for you guys at home. It's such an incredible community, and it's always lovely to read your comments, Lynn, and to have you watching along. So to have you crafting along is even more exciting. Now, if you do come stuck at any point within the craft along and you need anything repeating or anything at all, just pop your hand up. I know George in the gallery will be keeping an eye out for you, and we'll be straight there to go over to you to get anything sorted out. I'm going to say goodbye for now.
You can see I've had a practice anyway.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think you'll be absolutely fine. But if you do need anything at all, just let us know. We'll be checking in with you throughout the craft along. But I just want to say enjoy, because it's going to be a fabulous project, that is for sure. And can't wait to see what you create. Now, a few more hellos to say, a few more people to welcome into the show this afternoon. Before we get over to Michelle, I just want to say a few of these hellos that we've got. My goodness me, so many people joining us, which is absolutely amazing. We've got Lois is saying hello, as is Lindsay. Mary Shaw is saying good morning. Our lovely Laurie Barnett is in good morning from Gilbert, Arizona. Hello, Laurie, hope you're well, sweetheart. We've got Kathy joining us. Debbie saying hello from Ohio. We've got Kathy joining us. Pauline in. Lynn's saying hello. Hello again, Lynn. Trisha Love is saying hello, my crafty friends. Michelle Harris is in, as is Pam, saying hello to everybody. We've still got our lovely Nicola and George. He's still in the gallery. I mean, not for much longer, sadly. He's leaving us next week, but they're both still in the gallery. We've still got our lovely Tracy outside, and we also do have Victoria on the socials, keeping all of those comments coming through. Evelyn, is in. April's in. Carol Dunn, she's loving the look of this. April's saying good morning. Suzanne Dawn is saying she is going to be crafting along. Make sure you share your makes at the end, as always, Suzanne. Rachel Brown is loving what our lovely Lynn is wearing. She looks amazing, doesn't she? And Sandra Dunder's saying she's taking notes for this. Well, same as me, Sandra, because I think I'll be recreating it at a later date, that is for sure, because it is an absolutely incredible project. But I think it is time to get back over to Michelle, because we all want to know how we can create a gingerbread house that's quite as fabulous as this one. So, Michelle, let's take it away.
Well, we'll start with cutting the actual die itself out. So I've got my gingerbread house here. So we'll start at the beginning. So we will start with this. So I'm going to use my Gemini MIDI. Okay. Because everything's going to run through on this absolutely perfectly. And because I've got lots of little bits that I'm going to be running through, when I have dies like this, I like to use either my Mini or my MIDI. For one, it saves my plates, running it through with lots of little bits on. So, for instance, this one. I'm going to be running this through in a little while, and I'm going to need 10 of these. So rather than run my big plates through my electronic die cutting machine 10 times, it's so much easier and quicker to just run it through with the MIDI, which is where it comes into its own. It really does.
It certainly does.
So let me just grab my scissors. I'm going to trim this down, and we're going to cut 3 of these out. Okay. I'm going to use 1 for the front, and then I'm going to mat and layer 2 up for the back. That's going to add a little bit of strength to our house when we make it. So let's pop this on here, and we'll run this through. So we're going to cut 3 of these out. Okay. And then, so I've got my Snow White Centura Pearl, what we're going to use for the snowy bits, and that's what my crushed glitter is going to go on. If you've got any glitter at all, you can obviously be using any of those. But I picked that one because it's got like really quite large pieces in there. and it almost looks like little icicles and things like that hanging off the top. So I thought that would be perfect for this. So number 2, and we're just going to pop 2 to the side for later, and then we will cut out the 3rd one that we're going to decorate. Oh, and again, I'm not going to be getting rid of any of these bits because all of these bits are absolutely perfectly sized for your little gingerbread men, anything like that. So this is definitely where you're going to get that little bit box out. You've got all those bits that, of your favourite little bits of card that you never wanted to throw that tiny last little piece away. It's going to come in perfect for something like this.
It certainly is. And it's funny, we're using the MIDI here, but we were just talking between the shows. I've just had a message between shows from our power company saying there's a power cut at my house. And I was saying it's so useful to have your manual machines. Because if I was at home now and there was a power cut, I could not be die cutting. So it's a good job we do have our manual machines as well. I mean, can you imagine? Because they said it might be back on by 4 o'clock, but an hour without die cutting would be
can you imagine?
The only reason that I'd be doing that would be if I was out for a run. So I would probably have to go out for a run, but that's another great thing about our manual machines. Honestly, I'm a crazy crafter, that is for sure.
Right, so I've got my Centura pearl. This is my hint of white or my hint of silver.
Yeah.
So we're going to, that's my roof piece. This is my snow piece. I'm going to die cut my window out with that one. That window as well. Let's have a look at my door. So this biggest door piece, we're going to use that one as well. Where's my little snow? It's my snow bit there. I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting all of my bits. Oh, it's there. I thought I'd not forgot. I thought I'd not put it back. Can't see for looking sometimes, can you?
These are ideal if you've got your magnetic sheets in your storage binders. These are ideal for storing them on those, aren't they?
Yes, absolutely perfect. Things like this, definitely. So I've spread mine out so I know that when I pop it through, none of them are sort of going to move a little bit over each other. I'm going to keep hold of that side so none of those dies fall off the bottom. There we go. Right, so let's just bring this in, and I'm not going to obviously glue them down yet. Just going to pop them on and see if I've roughly got enough of what I'm wanting. So I've got that there. We're going to pop that one here. Let's have a look. This is, where is that for? I don't know, but we'll find out later.
I think I've used that before for the base, so it's like the snow on the floor.
Yes, I think I've used that on the sides.
Yes, that would work, I think.
So that one goes there. So I need to cut another one of those out. So let me pop that out of my way. So I'm just going to roughly see what else I need to cut out. So I've got that there. That's going to be the back of my door. I've got my little window, and again, I'm just roughly popping these on so I know how much more I need to cut out. So let me find, so I need another one of those. I don't need another window out of the white. And again, you might be doing these out of totally different colours as to what I am. That is going to go the bottom of my window. So even before you've glued anything down, how amazing does it sort of come together quite quickly. Right, so let's run another little bit of this Snow White through. Cut the rest of those little bits out. So I definitely need another one of those for that side. I need another curly one. And what else do I need? I've got my door. Oh, I need some candy canes, don't I?
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget those, 2 of those. Where's I've just flicked that somewhere. Has it gone underneath?
Oh, no.
Oh, there's loads underneath, look. So in half an hour when I say I don't know where that one's gone, someone reminds me it's under there.
Under the mat, yeah. I have to say that for me at home is something that happens quite a lot. Under my glass mat is where things seem to like to gravitate towards. So I do that quite often. If I'm missing a die, right, look under the mat, Lily, is it there? If not, is it in the bin? There's those classic places they always seem to end up.
Mine, I always lose something and it's stuck underneath something else.
Yeah, always the same.
Because so you'll pick it up and it's like, well, it's not there, but it's stuck there.
Yeah, definitely.
And that drives me crazy.
Yeah,
right, so before I set those two out, I'm going to come in with my Chinese red. So let me just grab my dauber. So, and I'm going to go through. So I've got my opaque pigment because I can't find my quick dry one.
Oh, no.
But that's okay. So before we bring this out, I'm just going to pop the ink through. Look how beautiful.
Oh, wow.
The only thing is, it's opaque. I'm not going to heat set it or anything, so I just need to wait a little bit for it to dry because it's on that Centura pearl as well. So it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. So as long as you pop it to the side and don't smudge it with your fingers, you're good to go. So let me pop that there and pop that one out. And do the same. But my dyes now look lovely as well. They're a lovely shade of red.
I think sometimes we worry about putting inks through dyes, but like we can see there, you literally just wipe it off and then it's all good to go. So no need to worry about that at all.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we've got any of our inks that are going to stay on there and stain and ruin them. Absolutely not.
And even if it was to stain, it's same with your stamps. Even if it's stained, as long as it's clean, then you'll be absolutely fine.
That's it.
No need to worry at all.
That's absolutely it. Right, so I'm going to start gluing this down so I can see where I'm at. I'm going to use this because this just sticks them down perfectly.
Is that your tacky glue in your fine tip?
Yeah, this is my tacky glue.
Go-to, isn't it, for so many of us?
It really is. So this is the fun bit, cutting them all out and really building up sort of that scene. And the colours. I mean, I've picked red, gold and green.
Red, gold and green, as somebody once sang.
But you could be using any of them. If this is for your granddaughter and she likes her pinks, you could be using it in the pinks like you saw as using earlier, especially that glittery pink.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think if I recreate this, I think mine might have to be pink and sparkly. You know what I'm like for my pinks?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
I like the idea of that for sure.
So, popping that one on that side. I'm just going to pop that there to make sure that I'm happy with the placement. Because again, you can pop in those anywhere you want. There's not a specific place that they have to be.
While you're just sticking this down, a couple more hellos that I'd like to say to our lovely viewers at home. We've got Lorraine joining us saying good morning. We've got Sarah also saying hello. And we've also got Colleen saying morning again from Florida.
Florida.
Oh, I bet the weather's a bit nicer there than it is here, isn't it? Mind you, it's not hard, let's be honest.
I know. Gosh, no. So just onto my window. And again, just using that tacky. You can use your dotty if you want.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use my tacky. I'm going to pop that there. I thought we'd best do this bit first. I didn't want to do the whole body of it and then rush to sort of decorate this front bit. So I thought we can get this front bit decorated down first. So those two little pieces there, I'm going to pop there. And can I find my other one? Is it still in there? No, it's not. That's all right. We can die cut another one. Oh, it's there, look. Because they're such little pieces.
It's always hiding straight in front of you, isn't it? It's always the same.
Here it is. Pop that on here. And then this one. There we go. Pop that one on there. I must admit, because this is like the faux icing, isn't it? It's making me want gingerbread now. I've got to admit.
Yeah.
I do like a bit of gingerbread.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's just so like typically Christmas, isn't it? It's
Yes.
lovely. And the smell, if you make your own gingerbread, the smell when it's baking in the oven, oh, so Christmassy, so sort of warm and welcoming, isn't it?
I think the smell of baking is Christmassy full stop, I think, isn't it? Because I think we all go that extra mile for Christmas.
We certainly do.
So as soon as you smell sort of baking, anything like that, it just takes me back to Christmas.
I have to say, I made banana brownies last night. The smell of my flat as they were cooking, it was absolutely gorgeous, I have to say.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, they were very nice.
Little window, little bit of snow. You can pop this on a little bit of a foam pad if you want, or you can have it flush. I'm going to have this one flush because I'm going to be popping all that crushed glitter on there. It gives it that dimension anyway, so I don't feel like I need to pop a foam pad on. So it's going to go on there.
I love the fact that you get all these extra pieces, you get all the snow, you get all the embellishments, literally anything you could ever want to embellish these gingerbread houses is included in die form, which is absolutely brilliant.
I love little sets like this.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it can take you forever and a day, but it's just so much fun to do.
Yeah, I call them like builder dies.
Yeah.
It really is about building that composition. It's choosing all your different colours of cardstock. It's starting to put things together, then thinking, do you know what, do I want to add more? I'm going to recut, I'm going to add some extra bits. I'm going to bring in other mediums like my inks. I'm going to use my glitters or my glazes. You've got so many options with a set like this, and it just is really good fun to just have a good old play.
I'm going to use these two pieces as well, which I forgot to cut out. I think there's already one in there. Oh, wrong kind of card though. It's these little embellishments look lovely underneath, well, on top of that window, so on top of my circle window. So I'm just bringing this in, remembering what else I need. So I need that for my front door in the white. I need 2 of those. So let's pop, I need a door handle. It's even down to the little door handles, look, on here. So let's pop that on there. And then I think we might be all done with the white bits.
Amazing. We've got an amazing tip coming in from Terry. It's not a crafting tip, but it's a baking tip, and this is one, Terry, I might have to be trying this myself. She says, we put lights inside our gingerbread houses and they warm it up and it smells amazing.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, that sounds brilliant.
It does. Absolutely does. Right, I'm going to pop that there. So I don't lose it, but I am going to lose it anyway. So
I'll try and keep an eye on it. Don't move.
Don't move.
Stay right there.
Let's pop you there as well. Let's die cut one more of those out. That's for on there.
We've got Sarah Ibbotson joining us, saying she's going to be taking notes. She's saving the show so she can make it a later date when her die arrives. She's got her gingerbread die on order. Faye Parks as well is saying hello, Michelle, Lily, and everyone from Faye in Kent. Hello to you, Faye, as well.
Right, so let's pop this out. I can glue these 2 bits down now, but I cannot glue my door handle down yet.
Okay.
So I'm trying to keep an eye on it. So when I've got small pieces, this is what I tend to do. Obviously, if you've done this before, then absolutely fine. But you know, we don't advise it because I don't know how your skin's going to react to glue. I know that mine's fine, so I can do that on the back of my hand. Just do it on your glass mat if you can't do it on your hand, and then just tap your little bits into it. It obviously gives you the same effect.
I have to say I'm not a fan. I can't do the glue on the hand thing.
Oh, really? I've been doing.
No.
See, when I was little, I used to do it at school. I used to get the skull glue.
Yes.
Put it all over. Me and my friend Rachel used to put it all over our hands. Get done. You get told off by the teacher. But then peel it all off. It's just, there's nothing like it.
It's the most satisfying thing ever. We used to do exactly the same at school. You know, you used to have those little glue spreaders, the funny little glue spreaders. You used to get those, a great big amount of a PVA glue, lather it all over your hands. I mean, it's probably terrible for our skin. And then as soon as it is dried, you peel it all off. You'd be waiting for it to dry. You'd be trying to peel it off and it was still wet. Come on, hurry up, dry.
I know.
And then as soon as it was dry, you'd be peeling it off.
You used to waft your hands about so it'd dry quicker.
Oh dear. Of course, concentrating fully in all of our lessons, as always, but
of course.
Great fun.
So I don't know if you're as old as me, but we used to get milk
Oh yeah, milk.
But
yeah.
we used to get milk in milk bottles.
Oh, see, we were cartons. Yeah, we were cartons.
I'm a little bit older.
Yeah. But we used to have milk monitors as well, and it was a proper honour if you're a milk monitor. You got to take all the school's milk round to all the different classes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we used to have our school
I
milk.
used to love doing that.
Yeah.
Because we was allowed, if there was any extra bottles left over, we were allowed to keep them.
Yeah.
Right, so now all I'm doing is I'm taking some of my red, green and gold mirror card, because we're going to cut out my other bits. I've got satin or matte, and I've got the mirror as well, so entirely up to you which pieces you use. And then again, so that's, I think that's all my white bits for now. Still keeping an eye on my little door handle. And then we're going to use this again, so let's pop that here. I'm going to decide on, again, bringing these in. So let's put that there and that there. We're going to pop a little bit, we're going to pop that. So it's going to be sort of my door frame. I'm going to use the green. My actual, no, just need to cut that out twice, don't I? Because it gives you a little border and the inside. So I'm going to cut that one out in green and red. So let's do that first. So again, trusty little Mini sat right in next to me.
They are fabulous machines, aren't they? Just so quick and easy.
Yeah, when you've got lots of little bits that you need to be cutting out, it's just the easiest and best thing to do. So that's what I mean about that one particular die. It cuts that outline out and then the inside. So I want the outside in green. We'll run this back through, have the inside in red. Oh dear. Did you hear the thunder earlier, Lily?
There was thunder here?
Yes.
No, well, I was sat here in the office busy colouring away, so quite frankly, there could have been anything going off outside because I was lost in a colouring coma. But no, I didn't. Have we had a storm? Have I missed it?
No, it hasn't come yet. It's on its way. But I was just stood there thinking, it's got so warm in here.
Yeah.
And then it reminded me, obviously, of the thunder earlier.
Yeah, I bet that was what the power cut up at mine must have been about.
Of course.
Oh dear. Could be Gemini Mini or MIDI could be out tonight if we've still got power cut.
Definitely.
Crafting by candlelight. That's about out of a Dickens novel, isn't it?
No. Right, so I'm popping the green on there. My red's going to go in the middle, but it's going to go on a foam pad. Of course, it's the door. It's the only, I think it's the only foam pad that I've used. It just felt like it needed it with it being the front door. So I'm going to pop my, I've still got it, look. That is not like me at all. I'm going to pop this on. So this is going to be my little window on my door. So I'm going to pop this just below it. There we go. I'm going to dab it off on there so it doesn't splurge out of the side. Pop that there. And then let's stick that one down as well. So again, I'm going to pop a bit of glue here. But you might be using your dotty tape pen for this, which is just as good. Let's pop that there. And so I've got my, are they dry yet? I'm just checking on my my candy canes, not quite dry yet, so I'm going to leave them again. I'm going to leave them till they're dry. It will dry, just takes a lot longer to soak in and dry.
Okay.
You can force dry it if you've got your heat gun.
Oh, yeah.
You can do that, but while I've got the time, they might as well just sit there and dry on their own.
Yeah.
Right, what else are we popping on here? So let's again pop that to the side. Let me just press that down. And then I'm going to bring this in again. And then we're going to pick more decorative elements because they're all there. We might as well use them all. Let's pop that there. Right, so I do need those, but they're going to go on some brown. So let's cut those out first. So this is what it's like when I am crafting at home. You see me sort of chattering away. That's what I do to myself at home.
Well, at least it's not just me, because it is a constant conversation when I'm sat at home crafting this. Am I doing this? No, let's do that. Shall I die cut that? Oh yeah, there that is.
Yes.
Oh, that works. No, I'm not sure about that. Let's add some glitter. Honestly, it is a constant stream of conversation. We say a conversation with just myself, of course.
So yeah, me mumbling away. This is, at least here, I don't look or sound as crazy because there is you and there is the people watching.
And the thing is, I completely understand, because I do exactly the same. So I'd be more worried if you weren't talking to yourself, let's be honest.
I'm going to pop that dye back on and just bringing in my Fryer Brown. We're just going to put his little markings on there. Now you could add those in with a pen if you wanted, some glitter, anything you wanted. But while I've got those there in that dye, I might as well use them. So that's those two. And again, let's pop those to the side, because we've got lots, well, we haven't got as many now. We've got a lot more bits to be popping out. Right, so what else do we need? I need a colour first, don't I? Let's bring in this green, in the satin, or the matte mirror. It is just, it's decadent, I think, is the word I'm looking for.
Good word, we like it.
I like that word.
Yeah, decadent. Ooh, fancy.
So we're going to pop a few of these off. We're going to run those through with the green. Let's run those through first. If I do it one colour at a time, I'm not going to get myself too confused, which is easy done.
Wow.
Very easy done. So you got those. And again, if you cut those out in a different colour, you could go through with your ink pad to highlight the design on there. Just pop those on there. So we're going to bring that red back in, because you've got this lovely love heart, which we're going to pop on there.
Oh, cute.
And again, I love this because it gives you an outline love heart, and it gives you the inside love heart as well.
You could be using that on other projects. It doesn't just have to go on your gingerbread house. You could just be using that as a separate embellishment.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So you've got those two lovely hearts there. I'm going to pop those to the side. And then what we're going to do is, actually, I think I'm going to bring in this matte or satin mirror, because what we're going to do is we're going to run these excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Run these windows back through, and then what we're going to do is those waste bits, we're going to keep those, we're going to pop them into the windows, and it looks like someone, the Wicked Witch or whoever, has got her lights on.
A wicked witch in a gingerbread house? No, no wicked witches. Just cute little gingerbread man.
Just cutely, absolutely. Right, so bring this in. So I'm going to do this. Let's take that straight off to the side. Pop that there. Let's do this one at a time. So popping that out. Tweezers and your little pokey tool are your absolute best friends for this bit. And your glue, when you can find it under all the mess.
Well, there is that, let's be honest.
So again, I'm going to be dabbing these into my glue on the back of my hand. Makes it, it's just the easiest way I find to do it. You've probably got a totally different way that works for you. So let's turn that over.
Just while you're gluing that, let's say hello to Adriana, who's saying she's lasted only an hour doing yard work. It's now some well-earned CTV time. Adriana, I think you are in Texas, if I remember rightly, so it's probably really warm out there. So I'm not surprised that you only lasted an hour. Much better.
Yeah.
Coming inside and watch us, definitely a lot more enjoyable. Gail is saying good day. Rhonda, I actually understand this film reference because it is my favourite film, as Victoria on the socials knows. Oh no, not my buttons. My gumdrop buttons. And Amy O is saying hello from sunny South Carolina.
Oh, everywhere's sunny except for here.
Well, yeah, it's never sunny here, let's be honest. Maybe one day a year for 5 minutes, but after that,
I know, our summer's definitely, It hasn't even been and
No.
gone. It was on its way. It thought, nah, not this year, and went, didn't it?
Yeah, because someone was saying to me the other day, oh, what's happened to our summer? I says, what's happened to it? It never arrived in the first place.
No, it didn't.
Still in the starting blocks.
Yeah, I haven't quite left yet.
No, maybe one day, but clearly not this year by the looks of it.
There we go. Right, so onto that top one now. You can see how lovely it looks when you've got it as if the lights are on in the house.
It's almost a bit like a stained glass window sort of effect, which is quite cool.
Yeah, it is. And because, you know, there's not many pieces, it's not going to take you long to do it. So if you've not paper pieced before and this is the way you're starting off, it's going to whet your appetite for it.
Oh yeah, I have to say I do love my paper piecing. It's one technique for me. I could spend hours paper piecing. I think it's fabulous.
I love to paper piece, I must admit.
Yeah.
I could. Do you know what? I laugh at people. Well, I don't laugh at people, but these people who spend hours on these 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzles, I think, oh no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could do the same equivalently of paper piecing.
It's funny, isn't it? Yeah.
It is. Right, so I'm going to bring these in now. They're nearly dry, not quite, so I'm going to be very careful. And I'm just going to build up the rest of the scene that I want on here. So I'm going to pop my little candy cane wheel circle ball thing.
Just some sort of sweet.
Yes, I think it's like a little bit of candy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, so let's snip that down. I do have some smaller foam pads over there, but it doesn't matter because these are just going to snip down, do the same job. I'm going to pop that one on there. Then, so again, this bit is just about where you want to pop your little designs.
Oh, that's cute there.
So I think we'll pop that one there. So I'm going to use, again, I'm going to bring in my dotty for that particular one. And there's no rhyme or reason to me swapping between dotty and tacky. just this, yeah, no rhyme or reason at all. I think because that's more of an outline, it's easier to do it with the dotty. This is a full heart, so it's easier for me to do it with that tacky. Yeah. So again, no rhyme or reason, just as to what I'm a little bit more comfortable with. My little pop you there. If you've got your gems, I've got some small ones, so I'm going to pop those on now.
Were you about to say I've got a couple there, Michelle? I think that's a few more than a couple, let's be honest.
I was going to say I've got a couple, which is why I stopped, because I thought to myself, yes, more than a couple.
Not quite.
But they're quite small ones, so it's going to fit perfectly on there and on there. So, and they are a sticky back, but even though they're a sticky back, I'm going to pop a little bit of tacky glue on the back. It just means that they're going to stick a lot better than if you just left that sticky on. Let's bring in my gingerbread. Oh, he's there, look. I'm looking for him and he's there.
Oh dear.
I think most of our time as crafters is spent looking for things that are right in front of our face.
Yep. It sounds incredibly familiar, does that?
Right, let's pop him there. I'm going to bring in those two smaller ones. So, again, these are going to go flat. I'll pop that one there.
Oh, we've had a great comment coming from Lucine, actually. She's saying, hello, pretty ladies. Oh, thank you, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you.
From a sweltering hot and humid Kissimmee in Florida. She's watching, but she's going to try it first with the haunted house. What an amazing idea. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine for Halloween? Can you imagine making maybe even little centerpieces for the table or for little treat boxes if the kiddies are going out trick-or-treating? That would be amazing. So maybe just adapt this technique when Michelle shows you later in the craft along how we actually form this into that box. Think of the other dies that you've got in your crafty stash that maybe you could be adapting this to. Perhaps you got your hands on those fabulous 3-in-1 creator cards earlier in the week. There was the haunted house in that one. You had your cottage as well and the other designs. So you could maybe be turning those into a similar sort of project. Wouldn't that be cool?
This is going to work perfectly on that. So the way that I'm going to show you how to pop this box together, I came up with a couple of different ways, and for me, this is the simplest way for you to be able to do it without having to do lots of measurements and things. A very, very easy and simple way. This is going to be, so the way that you're going to be doing this, you can absolutely take to that haunted house, to anything like this that you want to create into obviously that 3D effect. So it's a nice and simple way for you to do it. Right, so I think besides my glitter, I've got everything on there that I'm happy with. So this is where we're going to bring in our glitter. So we'll pop our glitter on. It's a shame it's not edible. It looks good enough to eat, doesn't it?
It does.
Right, so what we'll do is we'll pop the glue on, the glitter, we'll pop this to the side, and then we'll see how Go Live Granny. I love saying that. Her real name is very cold, but Go Live Granny, I love saying that.
Well, I have to say I don't like saying it because I always get tongue twisted, so I have to be careful when I say it because anything could be coming out of my mouth. Let's be honest. So I think we'll be going with Lynn because I think it's a little bit safer. I mean, I could still trip over it quite easily, but Go Live Granny, I'd certainly have to say it slow.
Yes,
that is for sure.
yeah.
Good grief.
It is one of the coolest names, though, that I've ever heard.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
It really is.
Love it.
So, using this, you can really get into the shape of that, I like to call it icing, but snow, whatever it is.
Definitely icing.
I think it's icing. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So, we're just going to tip it on.
Oh,
and again,
amazing.
I end up tipping the whole thing out, but it doesn't matter because it's all going to go back in.
Yeah.
So, giving it a bit of a tap.
Oh,
and
beautiful.
you can see what I mean by it being like ice crystals. Look at that.
Amazing.
So I'm going to pop that to the side now. That's going to dry. I'll pop this back in here, and I think maybe that's where we should take a break.
Yep, sounds like a great idea. So it's looking absolutely amazing. It's coming to shape absolutely perfectly. Wow, you can see how fun it is to build up all those different little elements onto your gingerbread house. Maybe you're crafting along at home. Perhaps you're going to be recreating this at a later date. Of course, you will need your amazing Christmas shape card base, stamp and die collection. You're getting 45 stamps and 127 dies in total for a Platinum Club price today of just £60 or $75.20. That's the collection you'll need to be getting your hands on if you want to be recreating this amazing craft along. Maybe you need a chance to get that in your basket and get it checked out, or perhaps you're crafting along at home and you need a few moments just to catch up. Well, we're going to give you an opportunity to do just that, and we will be back in just a few minutes, so see you in a couple of minutes.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special, 100%, it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part, and it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously, the people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV. We are in the middle of a fabulous craft along with our incredibly talented Michelle. We're making the most gorgeous gingerbread house using our Christmas shape card base dies. But it's not just us on our own in the studio. We are joined by another incredibly talented crafter. Crafting along at home, it is our lovely Lynn. Lynn, how are you getting on?
All right.
Oh, it's looking good to me. Loving the look of it.
I just haven't found my glitter. I think it's in the bottom of a big pile over there that might cause a crash and an avalanche.
Oh
I might
dear.
have to put it on later.
Yeah, that might be the finishing touch a little bit later. That sounds incredibly familiar, things being at the bottom of piles, because my craft room is a little bit of a tip. I have to say, I'm noticing behind you though, all your lovely drawers, all your organisation, that looks fabulous.
You can't see the rest of the room.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't turn the camera around, otherwise we might shatter that beautiful illusion we've got going.
I won't. It has been a project going on for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And there were some shelves here, and I took those out and put these in. This is all part of the organisation. So, but the Go Live Granny bit, can you see across the back?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a knitter, and I go live because that's where I get my name from. I'm a live streamer, and during pandemic, I got a lot of people knitting watching me, and we were doing a lot of smoothie hats. For the Age UK charity.
Yes,
and we raised lots of money. But one of my community made me my own smoothie hats, and she didn't want me to give them away.
Oh, that's lovely. Absolutely love that. It's lovely seeing all your different crafty bits in your craft room. It just makes it that little bit more personal, doesn't it? Which I think is lovely, especially when we spend so much time in our craft rooms. We want it to be lovely and homely, don't we, at the end of the day? Oh, yes. Well, I'm so pleased that you're getting along so well. If you do have any problems, just pop your hand up, but we will be checking in with you again later. So I'm going to leave you to enjoy your crafting, and we'll be speaking again very soon.
Thank you.
Right, I think it's time that we get back on with the craft along. I know Michelle is itching to resume the craft along. We are in the midst of this incredible craft along using our Christmas shape card based dies. You are not just getting dies as part of this collection. I say not just dies, 127 of those, no less. You're also getting 45 stamps as well. And those are all your accessories. They might be the faces for your little characters, or they're also going to be those sentiments as well, which are going to finish off your makes an absolute treat. That full complete collection is coming to you today if you are part of that Platinum Club for £60 or $75.20. And if you want to recreate this incredible project, you do need to get that incredible collection in your baskets and get it checked out. Now, right, let's get back into it. Let's see what's next, Michelle.
Right, so we're going to go on to, I've got to say, I'm going to pop you my address after the show and you can send me that wig. Thank you very much. Because that's the most fabulous thing
It's amazing, isn't it? We love it. Absolutely love it.
Back to the craft along. So what we're going to do is we're going to do these pieces now.
Okay.
So the side. What I've done on mine is I've got lots of pieces of card to give it that sort of tiled roof effect. But underneath that, we're going to do that particular piece first. So either bring in your guillotine or your paper trimmer. I always tend to go for my paper trimmer first, but entirely up to you. I'm going to cut 2 pieces of card, and they both need to be 5 inches wide. Because that's how deep we're going to make it. So let's cut those 2 down to 5 inches wide. So what we're going to do before we trim that down to the size that we need, we're going to bring in our scoreboard. And I'm going to score this at 4 inches.
Okay.
So let's score this at 4 inches. And then before I go on, I'll explain why. So we're going to score that at 4 inches. Right, we're going to bring this in.
Yeah.
So I know from when I was making this at home, from here to here, so my 4-inch piece is going to glue there.
Okay.
So it's going to fit perfectly. So this bottom piece, the reason that I haven't trimmed it down yet, I mean, I trimmed mine down to, I think it was just over 2.5 inches. But place this along your roof and then you can decide actually if you want that one to have a little bit of, can you see how there's a little bit of the gingerbread house poking out? Do you want to glue it right to the edge? Do you want to glue it a lot further in? It depends on how you sort of want it. You might not want to have any of that peeking out at all, so you might want to bring that right up to the side.
Okay.
I'm going to give you my measurements, but what you would do is you would decide on where this bottom piece is going to go, bring in your pencil, put a little pencil mark there, and then you know to cut it down to that side. So then you've got your 4-inch for your lid and however long that particular piece is. Mine is 2 5/8. So my full piece of card, you are going to cut down to, let me have a look, 6 5/8. So 6 and 4, 6 and 5. So then there's my 4 inches, and then that it's just over 2.5 inches. You've just got that little extra bit. And then we're going to do exactly the same again, just checking. So to 6 5/8. So 2 pieces of card. They are 5 inches wide by 6 5/8. So far we've got a score line here at 4 inches. So then what we're going to do is on the short side, we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Here. Turn it round and score it at 1/2 inch there. So you've got a H scored on it.
Okay.
So again on the short side, on your other piece, we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. Flip it round and score it at 1/2 inch again. And then, so that one's already scored. We're just going to fold these over. I'm going to give them a good burnish. We need a nice solid edge. Solid edge, sharp edge.
A solid edge.
There we go. And bring this one in, do exactly the same. And then those two side pieces. And then this one. And then, so what we're going to do now is we're going to find your scissors.
They'll be under a pile somewhere, that's for sure.
Yeah, as if you was, you know, when we're making boxes or bags and we trim our corners away.
Ah, yeah.
We're going to trim our corners away. So those two bottom ones, where that folds here, we're going to put a nice wedge, nice triangle away, and those top pieces as well. That's going to be quite a sharp one because that's going to go at the top of the roof.
Okay.
So if I bring this in again, so what you're going to do, so obviously that bit now is going to glue on here, so that's what's obviously going to attach it. So it's going to glue there and then it's going to glue there. So that is going to be the start of your box.
Oh yeah, can
so
see that come together.
So very simple. I thought this is just the easiest way. And the thing is, we want it to be the easiest way and the simplest way to create something like this, because then it's not a chore to have to make another one.
Yeah.
And it's fun, which is what we want.
Absolutely. Got a good question coming from Alicia Gordon. She's saying, what GSM is the craft card?
Isn't our craft card a 290?
I want to say 280.
280?
It's slightly under 300.
It's just slightly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's around 280, 290, I do believe. Whereas
It's one of those.
Yeah.
Thank God we're not on a play your crafts right.
Oh, yeah, thank goodness for that. Your black card and your multi-purpose are both definitely 300, but I think it's 280, roughly. So it's a good construction weight. Anyway.
It is a good construction weight. I do a lot of construction work with my craft card, and it's always brilliant. It's not a problem at all. So before we glue any of these together, all I want to do is I'm going to bring in my Fryer Brown, and we're just going to ink those edges up. I did forget to do it on the front, but because you've got all that embellishment on there, it doesn't really matter.
Especially as you've got like the icing across that top bit, that probably would have covered most of it anyway, wouldn't it?
Not really going to see it, definitely. So I'm using Fryer Brown, but we do have a Seal Brown, which is a lot darker. In fact, I'll bring it in. That's the Seal Brown. Look how much darker it is. So if you want to go a little darker, want it to look a little bit more aged, then use the Seal Brown.
Depends how well done you like your gingerbread, don't you?
Well, that's it, yeah.
To be fair, I prefer mine a little bit more underdone, so for me, definitely Fryer Brown.
Yes, yeah.
Don't want burnt gingerbread, do we?
So what I'm doing is I'm folding my score line, and I'm inking on the score line on these edges. I'm not laying it down and coming over, because what I want is I really want to highlight those edges. And then obviously you do get that little bit of ink coming over, which again is perfectly fine. And then that bottom piece. That's my top piece. I don't need to ink that because that's going to be covered.
Okay.
So on all edges again. This is where you do definitely get covered in ink.
Oh yeah. It's part of the fun, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Oh, it is. It all washes off eventually.
It's the beauty of it being water reactive, doesn't it? It washes off dead easy.
Yes. Right, so happy with that. Pop that to the side. So again, I'm always, I mean, you know I am, I say it every time, I always check half a dozen times that I'm happy it still fits from the last time I checked that it still fitted. But you can see I'm literally maybe a millimetre from the edge, and then you can see that I've got that's a 1/4 of an inch there. So I'm happy with the placement. Again, if you want yours to go right to the edge and poke out a little bit more, or you want it to come in a little bit more, it's entirely up to you. The placement is entirely up to you. I'm going to bring in my tacky glue, and we're going to glue this side down. So before we do glue it down, these two pieces are going to meet at the top for the roof. So that is why I have got such a severe wedge cutaway, because when you pop them together, because they're going to go together on the angle, let me see if you can see them here. When they go together on the angle, if you don't give it a severe wedge, they're going to overlap, you're going to have that lump, and it's not going to sit. So you've got quite a severe wedge. So when they're together, can you see how they're going to sit together beautifully?
Oh yeah.
Rather than one over the other. So that's why the top bits have got a really sharp. Sometimes I wish my jawline was that sharp.
Oh.
You know, it's a little bit, got a little bit padding on there.
I love that phrase you've just been using, so severe wedge. Oh dear. It doesn't sound too good, does it? It sounds a bit painful, severe wedge.
It does. I wear severe wedges on my feet.
Oh yeah.
It is a little bit painful.
When we're not too tall, we've got to, don't we?
Well, yes, that's it. So I'm going to pop that right up to the top. I'm going to follow my line here. This is the only piece that I'm holding at the minute. I'm going to pop that down in a second. I just want to make sure that that's down enough that it's not going to move. And then I'm going to bring this up, and you're going to pop it down. And depending on how long you've made this piece, it's going to line up at the bottom perfectly.
Ah, yeah.
Because it's not going to stand if it's overlapping a little bit here and not at the other side. So just give that a nice good burnish down. So you've got two options here. Here. I went real Yorkshire then.
It was, wasn't it? Two options here.
You could, once this is dried, you could bring this in and glue that side down first, and then bring in your next side and do those two. I found it easier to do it this way.
Okay.
So we're going to glue this to here first. So again, as you've seen me do a million times, I'm just going to check that this is okay, which it is. I'm really happy with that.
Perfect.
I thought my watch was buzzing. I thought it was telling me that I need, you know, when you watch buzzers and it tells you you've got so many more steps to do in your next hour.
Yeah.
Because I've got that a Fitbit on. It wasn't. It's been telling me. It's just told me that I've hit my steps.
Oh, very good.
I think that's more to do with the gluage than me actually hitting my steps, but we'll take it.
Yeah. See, I wear mine on my left arm when I'm right-handed, so I don't cheat in ways like that. Because I always remember I used to work in a school, and a lot of the children had their little activity trackers, and they used to say if you wear it on your arm that you brushed your teeth with, when you brush your teeth, apparently it gives you extra steps. Yes. I was like, no, that's cheating. That's not real steps.
It is cheating.
It certainly is, yeah.
So can you see, I lined it up at the top and let it fall out, because this is exactly where I want it to be now. And then you can bring this piece in and you can pop it exactly where you know it's going to go, because what it's going to do is it's going to line up flush with that base. So you're not going to get that wonky, because we've cut it so they're both going to match. So now I can look at this, I can measure it up on here, and I know that I've got as much there, it's about 1/4 inch, as I have there, which is about 1/4 inch. So I'm quite happy with that. So then what you're going to do next is you're going to pop that front on, but I'm not going to pop that front on yet, because this is where we're going to create the rest of our roof.
Okay.
So we're going to pop this to the side, but that's absolutely fine. You can see if I stand it up, it's standing lovely. It's not wonky or anything like that. So let's pop that to the side, and then let's just create this one piece for now. So bring in your craft card again. And this is where we're going to cut one piece. Let me just get my roof measurements. I've got them all wrote out properly this time. Even I can read it.
Wow.
So let's cut one piece of card, 4 inches. Just bear with me. Yes, 4 inches. 4 inches by 2 1/4. So let's cut that to 4. And then 2 1/4 inch. Pop that to the side. I'm going to score this in half. So popping it on here, we're going to score this at 1 1/8. going to bring in your corner punch. So I've just got mine from my craft room. I know that we did release all those corner punches, didn't we?
We certainly did, yeah.
Ones. Those decorative ones with like the little hearts on the corners would look lovely with it being a gingerbread house.
Oh yeah.
That would look amazing. We're going to bring this in again. We're going to ink all those edges up. Top doesn't necessarily matter so much if you're going to be putting some snow on there, some crystals, things like that. But I do want to get round all these edges. And I keep repeating to myself in my head, chimney.
Chimney, chimney,
Just
chimney.
so I don't
We
forget.
keep saying it. It might happen. It will. We've got your back, Michelle. Well, we're trying anyway.
So what this piece is going to do is you're going to hold that together, and this is going to glue your top together. But what it also is going to do, it's going to give you that lovely tiled effect down your roof.
Yeah.
So we've got that one for the top. This is where we need to cut some more out. So we need to cut another 8 pieces of card. Let's open this up. So they're going to be 4 inches wide by 1 1/4 inches. So let's cut this to 4 inches. And then you just need 8 pieces at 1 1/4 inch. So 1, 2, 3 pieces. I really had to do that, I'm sorry. I was reading something about that the other day. What was it called? Count, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know what? It's impossible now. Me and Ben was speaking about it ages ago on a show, and ever since then I have to do that when I count anything.
Funny.
I think it's like the law.
Yeah.
7, 8. I won't do it again, I promise.
It's the same if ever I do 5, 6, 7, 8. I've just got to go into steps. I can't not.
Yes. Definitely. With these ones, they're going to be sort of the tiling. So I'm just going to curve, curl, curve, corner. We'll get there in the end. Just the bottom.
Yeah.
So again, 8 of these. Once we've done that, we're going to ink them up again. So just add in, depending on how. Do you know, if you are doing this for a little girl, you might want to do these edges in a pink or a blue or a green.
Yeah.
Just because I'm using the craft card and I'm making it sort of more gingerbready, you know, if you've gone for white card and pink and glitters, still ink those edges up, but do it in a colour that matches. So, for instance, the pinks. It gives it that texture. So when they're on there, you know, it gives it the texture, it gives it the dimension.
I'm just thinking as well, even using this die set, I reckon you could turn this into a beach hut, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Doing exactly the same thing that I'm doing here for like your roof. Or on a beach hut, they would come over the front, wouldn't they? Like, maybe like a shop front, things like that.
Oh yeah, you could turn this into all sorts, couldn't you?
Absolutely. So what we're going to do is we're going to layer them up so you can see you've got that lovely texture straight away. Very simple way to do it. So again, I'm going to bring in my ink. We're going to, let's do it this way a little bit quicker. Get those edges inked up. I just want it to, when they lay over each other, you have got the obvious layering rather than if you were just popping 2 over, they blend in so much more.
Makes more of a feature of it, doesn't it?
Makes all the difference, doesn't it?
It does, yeah, definitely.
So, on all 8 of these, just inking round those edges.
And if you are looking for our ink pads, you will find a large selection of those over on the website. Don't forget as well, with it being Bank Holiday weekend here in the UK, yes, the weather has turned in honour of that, of course. But in honour of that as well, a nice thing, we have got that 20% off discount code. So if you go for any individual items over on the website during this weekend and it's ending at midnight on Monday, you can get a lovely 20% off. As long as it's an individual item, not a machine and not any of your August launches, you can save 20% using the code BANKHOL20. So pop that in that promo code box and you'll receive that 20% off.
Right, so I've got all mine inked up. I've got that top one inked up. Let's give that a good burnish. 2, 3, 6, 8. So I've got 8. So let's bring this in. I'm going to pop this one on top first.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, where's my glue? We're going to glue just the middle bit. So sort of just halfway, because as we layer them on the roof, that one's going to sit underneath.
Ah, yeah.
And what it also does, it means that's not glued flat to that, and again, it gives it that little bit of texture. So let's just glue. I mean, you don't have to. If you want to start from the bottom up and glue it all fully down, that's entirely up to you. But one of the main reasons we're starting from the roof is because we're wanting to pop these two pieces together. So popping that on there, obviously making sure that these here are pushed right up to this score line. So we're just going to hold that until it catches. Making sure that it's pushed down. I'm going to check, you're going to have a look inside and you'll be able to see that your two pieces of card are meeting perfectly. Another benefit of the wet glue, if they've not quite met perfectly, you can just take it off and add it back on. So giving that a good... and then also, then when you come to pop this side on, because your roof is already glued together, it's going to go on a lot easier. So we're going to take our next piece, and because we haven't glued all the way to the bottom, it's going to, let me just lift that a little, slot under. Lovely. But obviously we need to glue it. So again, I'm just going to glue a little bit, about ½ an inch at the top, because it's going to allow me to slot the next piece in. So just pop that piece under there.
All of the viewers at home are loving this craft along as much as I am. I'm so enjoying watching this come together. Can't wait to recreate this one myself. But Adriana is saying, thank you for the very detailed information, Michelle. Absolutely. I love the way that Michelle talks us through every single step. So we know exactly what you'll be doing when you come to pop this project together yourselves at home.
Oh, thank you. I do try, because when you say something, it makes sense to you, because, you know, you've figured it out, you've worked it out. So I always worry that what I'm saying in everyday life as well, it's not making sense to other people.
No, it makes perfect sense. Everything you've explained so perfectly well. But any of you guys at home, if you do have any questions, fire them across. I know our lovely Victoria, who's on the socials today, will get those sent into the studio, and I'll get those across to Michelle. But no questions coming in, so I think that's testament to the fact that Michelle's explaining things pretty well.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah, we like that for sure.
So you can see when I push that under, I push it under just enough that that edge disappears. So you're not getting that sharp edge poking out. So last one, and again, remembering only to glue so far down, because this one's going to come over the edge as well. This is going to be hanging down the side. And again, if you don't want that, you just wouldn't add this last one. But can you see how now it comes all the way off? Oh, you can see that beautifully. Look at that.
Good camera work there from our George.
I know.
We will miss him.
I can't believe he's leaving us.
No, I can't. I don't want to believe it either.
No.
I refuse to believe it, George. You're not leaving. We'll tie him to that chair in the gallery. George, you're not going.
Come in one day and he's gone.
Yeah. Oh.
I wonder if he could just not do his new job from here.
Yeah, they'd be all right with that, George. Just stay here, do the new job. I think they'd be amenable to that for sure. Worth a try.
It is worth a try. You never know. If you don't ask, you don't know.
Exactly. I was always taught, don't ask, don't get. So quite frankly, give it a go. That's the thing about us all here, though, at Crafters TV. I know we say we're Crafters TV family, but honestly, we are. We are quite a dysfunctional little family, but a family nonetheless. Honestly, we do get on so well. We have so much fun. We love bringing the shows to you, and we don't like to leave anybody behind. That is for sure.
No, definitely. We are a wonderfully dysfunctional little
We are,
family.
aren't we? I mean, I don't know who would take different roles within the family, but yeah, we definitely are a family, that is for sure. We do have an awful lot of fun bringing the shows to all of you guys at home.
Right, so we're nearly done with this side. And again, if you were doing this on the castle or something like that, you would just alter the size of these. If you wanted 3 of these on here rather than the 5 that I've got, again, you would just alter the size of them. So it's you know, they're just strips of card. So I've done it so it's very easy for you to be able to alter the size of these. There's nothing difficult about you being able to make these bigger or smaller.
Oh, we're going to have a boycott going off. Rhonda says, boycott, George not leaving. Rhonda, we might have to do it.
I know.
You can't leave us. Lovely comment coming as well from Deborah. She says, I'm making a birthday card for my daughter, whose birthday is tomorrow. Well, a very happy birthday to your daughter, Deborah, for tomorrow. She's saying she saved this craft along and can't wait to give it a try. And I have to agree with you, Deborah. You are so talented, Michelle. Absolutely, she certainly is. So creative. I love all your craft alongs in particular. So you just managed to share with us the most incredible creations every single time.
Right, so all I'm doing now is I'm checking that this is dry enough for me to bring in and literally just pop on here.
Wow.
So it is. So we're gonna make sure those are nice and burnished. Not so that they're going down, we need them to pop up a little bit so I don't have to try and get my hand in here to hold those up to glue it down. If these are sticking up a little bit, it means when I pop this on the front, it's just so much easier. And I know sorry, Lily.
I just want to say, Deborah's just said, I love all of you here at CTV. Been watching for a couple of years and I can't imagine not having you all in my life. Oh, that is ever so sweet. Thank you so much, Deborah. Our community is absolutely incredible. I mean, we were talking about this on last week's Craft Along with Gareth, but really, we are so lucky to have all of our incredible viewers here. And we just love hearing from you, love seeing your creations. So do keep those comments coming because they do mean an awful lot.
They do, absolutely. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch this here and I'm going to pop that point to the top. So we're going to pinch, pop that on, and I'm going to just give that a nice burnish. And you've got to remember, because I'm using a tacky glue, I've got time to move things about. So I'm going to bring that back round to me. I'm going to lift it up. That needs to just alter a little bit more. That just needs to wiggle up a little bit. And while I'm doing all that, that glue's going to be going off and it's going to be grabbing exactly where I want it to. So I can bring that, just wiggle that in. And again, all the time, we're going to keep pressing, making sure it's all catching, but making sure we've got it exactly where we want it to be. Hence why I keep wiggling it all around. So just popping my hand inside, making sure those tabs are all nice and stuck. I'm going to lift it up, we're going to have a look in. It's looking perfect. I'm going to stand it up, it's nice and level. I'm happy that this is perfectly in line.
Have you ever considered a career in architecture? So I feel like this could be the place to start.
It's just about making sure. Again, I just tried to do it the easiest way that I could. So I'm
Looks
just
so
going
neat, though.
Keep pressing until that is all caught. But I mean, should we have a quick catch up with Lynn?
Yeah, should we see how Lynn's getting on? Honestly, this is looking absolutely amazing. I'm loving seeing how this comes together. It's so neat, isn't it? Everything is looking absolutely perfect. We've got Michelle to thank for doing all of the measurements for us, but I'd love to know how our lovely Lynn is getting along with her craft along. So Lynn, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing mine in a glitter card.
Oh my gosh, I love it, Lynn.
So you can never have too much sparkle in my world.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more, quite frankly.
Right. So I'm a bit behind because obviously I've had to cut all those bits out I'm sticking. Oh, actually, no. I cut them in craft first, but I'm now cutting them. I'm going to put snow along the edge as well.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
So I probably won't finish when you do, but I can put a picture up later.
Yes,
all right?
please do. Yeah, please do make
Yeah.
sure you tag us in your photo when you post it later, because I want to see this when it's finished.
Yes.
I am loving the idea of the glitter card. Do you know what, Lynn? You know I love my pink. I'm thinking I need to recreate this in pink glitter card. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness, that would look amazing. But loving that coming together. If you do have any problems, if you do come unstuck, just pop your hand up and we'll go straight back to you. But of course,
yes, I didn't get the measurement of the roof bit, but I worked it out because obviously it was twice the size of the other bits.
Yes.
So I used my brain.
You're a clever crafter, that is for sure, which we are absolutely loving. But it's looking amazing. I love the fact that you've put your own creative twist on it to bring in your different cardstocks. And of course, can't have too much glitter. Could not agree more. We'll be seeing you again very soon, Lynn, but get crafting because we're loving seeing yours come together as well.
Thank you.
Of course, we're in the midst of our craft along with our absolutely amazing Christmas shaped card bases. If you want to be recreating this craft along, make sure you go over to that shop today and be checking out those baskets with that fabulous collection of stamps and dies. Perhaps you're crafting along like Lynn at home and you need just a few moments to catch up. Well, we're going to be giving you the absolutely ideal opportunity to do that just now while we take a quick break. But we will be back in just a couple of minutes to see this project to be finished off, and I cannot wait to see that finished result. So make sure you're back here in just a couple of moments.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right? Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We get to know people from places and walks of life that we wouldn't come across in our everyday life if it wasn't for Crafters TV and doing what we do.
I got so many lovely comments from people when I started doing the presenting, and it was just really such a lovely feeling. And it's nice that people keep messaging in. You know, we see the same people. We know you can build up that kind of relationship with those people. So it's just the fact that people like what we do and they're pleased. And I do love it when people send us photographs of the items that they've made.
We talk about customers, but really they go in as a customer, come out as a friend. The support that I get is amazing. The messages I get are amazing.
Me personally, it is personal interaction. I've never had the best of health. I've always been open about that with our viewers at Crafters TV. So many people are in the same situation as me health-wise. Other people have got a completely different health issues. They understand and they relate to what I'm going through, what others are going through. So whether we interact on a crafting basis or whether we interact on a health basis, a personal basis, we're all there to support one another. It is incredible.
The reaction of viewers when they come to meet us is worth all of the early mornings when we have to get up for our early morning shows.
Some of the customers come on as craft ambassadors and things like that, craft along with us, and being able to actually chat with them on air. I love it. I really love that connection with them.
We've had lots of shows where we've done like craft alongs, especially where we've had viewers craft along with us. We had a particular viewer, Joy, who joined us once before, and she literally made me cry on air, and Joe, because the things she said about us, it really was quite humbling that there are people out there that watch us and invite us into their living rooms and really treat us like family.
Hello and welcome back to Crafters TV and welcome back to our craft along. It's all about Christmas with this one, and it's all about the most adorable gingerbread house that Michelle is putting together for us. We are talking about our fabulous Christmas shaped card dies that we're using for this craft along. Details are on your screen there. You're getting that full collection. That's all 4 sets, that's comprising 127 dies, 45 stamps as well, for your Platinum Club price today of £60 or $75.20. But the one we're using for this particular craft along is that amazing gingerbread house. It's just absolutely adorable, as is the incredible project that Michelle's putting together for us. We've got just over half an hour left in the show, so we're going to get straight back into the craft along because I really want to see this project come to life and see that finished result. So Michelle, without further ado, it's over to you.
Chimney.
Yes.
I hadn't forgot. It's coming next. So let's pop this to the side and let's show you how this is the easiest way, again, I found for you to do the chimney. You could cut a square hole in your roof and pop it through, you know, like a sort of a tube, and then fold your pieces up. But who's got time for that?
Nah, not us.
Let's do it the easiest way. So I'm going to cut a piece of card 4.5 inches by 3 inches. So let's bring this way, 4.5 inches by 3 inches. And let's bring our scoreboard in. We're just going to score this at 1, 2, 3 and 4 inches on the long side. Just looking for my scoring tool. So 1 inch, 2, 3 and 4. So that's giving me my 1/2 inch tab. So let's just score and burnish all 4 of these sides. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to decide on how steep you want your chimney to be. So depending on where we put these score lines will depend on if it pokes out a bit further or it stands up. It doesn't really matter. So let's just bring in, what do I need? I want this. I'm going to bring this in. And my scoreboard. So bring your scoreboard back in. So so this can be the front piece. So what we're going to do is just on that 1 inch piece here, I'm going to score at 1 inch.
Okay.
Let me just make sure, let me open my piece up. I want to get this right first time. So we've scored across there. So that's going to be our lowest piece. We're going to, so it's going to go across. Where's my tab? Let me, I'm following my other one so I get it absolutely bang on for you. Right, so at 1/2 inch is here. So your tab is at this side. At 1/2 inch, score all the way from that scar line to your first one. We're going to scar across there, okay?
Okay.
And then from it, so ignore that one, which is fine because we can get rid of that. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So we've scarred 1/2 inch here, deciding on how far up we want to come. So let's say, it doesn't have to be anything particular. It's just a number that you're going to decide on. Because what we're going to do is, let me bring my pen in. We're going to scar across. We're going to put a scar line up there. We're going to scar across, and we're going to bring this scar line back down here to the same depth that is, so which is 1/2 inch. So do you see? So this is where our scar line is going to go.
Okay.
Okay, so we've already managed to do that at 1/2 inch. We've already managed to do that at 1/2 inch. If we fold that away and just pick in a random number, 1.5 inches. We're going to pop and scar across there. And then this is why I've got this mat here, because you're going to bring in, right, I had a ruler. It's under here somewhere.
It's hiding, but it's there.
How have I lost a ruler? Which, that's okay, because it really doesn't matter, because what I can do is I can bring in this piece of card, because all I want to do is I'm going to bring in this. And because I'm not going to be able to figure it out on my scar board, just bringing this in, and because I've got this soft undermat here, it's going to give me my scar line. So just following my pen line, I'm going to put my scar line there, okay? Also remember that we're going to need a tab below these, so don't cut straight up to here. We're going to cut to here, okay? So we're going to cut there. This is one of them things that it's easier to just show you.
Yeah, definitely.
Than tell you. So you can see that that is what we've got now. Obviously these are our scar lines, so that when we've got those scar lines, we always need to come in and chip that corner away so it's going to fold. So like we do whenever we make a box or a bag, let's cut those corners away. And then this last one, so that's the tab. And then we're going to fold. Look, it looks so much nicer on that side, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're going to burnish. I'm going to burnish that one, and then that last one we're going to burnish. So what's going to happen now is when you close that, what you've got, let's trim that tab that way. You've got your lovely little chimney. Making sure that all my tabs are going to fold over lovely. So when you're doing this, you're just going to have to probably come in a few more times. Just snip your tabs down until they fold over each other lovely. So that one needs to trim a little bit more. Let's pop that together again. Fold those over. Can you see how now they're folding together beautifully?
Oh yeah, we can see that.
So what's going to happen now is if I bring this in, it's going to sit as my chimney.
Oh, yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
Gorgeous.
So it was so much easier for me to show you than try to tell you. So you've got your 4 little tabs on all sides now. We're going to glue this side together. If you are wanting to put some brickwork on here, if you want to draw your brickwork on anything like that, you absolutely can do. I think because obviously we've been doing the sort of brown, let's make this tie in as well. So you're going to bring in your ink. We're just going to ink all those edges up.
I'm sure some of you guys will have little brick stamps, texture stamps in your crafty stash at home. I know some of the, you know, the Christmas 3D scene builder stamp and die sets, the Z-fold card ones that we brought to you last year. I know there's some brick stamps in there. So have a little look in your crafty stash and see what you've got, but I'm sure you'll find something.
I think a couple of years ago we had those pop-up boxes, and that had basket weave and it had brick in, didn't it?
Yeah, I know as well the Country Village, that range where you've got the dies and the templates, I'm sure there was a stamp set in there that had some brickwork in as well.
But again, if you're making this for a little girl and it's going to be more princessy, if you've got some little, I know one of them's got some cloud die cuts in, you could pop some clouds going by, have it, you know, sort of sat on there. So it's looking nice. It looks lovely from the outside. Those pen marks looked ugly, but again, I thought if I don't draw them on, well, just drawing them on just made it so much easier for me to explain exactly what you needed to do.
Got a question coming from Beatrice, actually. Michelle, what brand of trimmer are you using, please?
Oh, it's our Violet Studio one.
Yeah, you'll find it on the website. So many of the team are absolutely loving this. I'd like to get your take on it, Michelle, actually, why you love it so much, because quite frankly, I've heard so much about it, I'm thinking I need to get myself one because I've not got one yet. So why do you love it?
I love the Violet Studios trimmer because, well, I feel like I'm on a quiz show because...
No, I just need to know because I think I need one.
I love the fact that I can... I know with the guillotine you can trim really thin slithers off, but with this, because it goes right up to 1/8 of an inch or a mil, you've got your measurements right up to the blade, where on the trimmer, the guillotine, they don't go right up. So because you've seen some of the stuff that I make that really do go down to 1/8 of an inch and, you know, things like that, I find that a lot easier for what I do. I use them both. That I'm cutting with all the time, and then when I've got something a little smaller I want to pop together, I will use that for sure.
Brilliant. I'm just thinking actually, because I'm thinking, do you know what, I've heard so much about this trimmer. I've seen Craig use it, I've seen Debbie use it, I've seen Michelle use it. I know our Liam, who works in our office, loves it as well. And I'm thinking, do you know what, I might need to treat myself. But I'm thinking this weekend would be the weekend to do it because it's an individual item. It's not going to August launch. Pop your Bank Hall 20 code in, 20% off. Could be the time to treat myself. 20% off that trimmer would be absolutely fabulous. So yeah, if you're thinking the same as me and thinking, do you know what? Yeah, I've got my guillotine. Yes, I use it day in, day out. But what Michelle's just told us now about that trimmer, I think I need that in my crafty stash as well. Like we say, it's horses for courses, isn't it? It's your different tools for different jobs. So if you're thinking like me and you're going to be popping that in your basket, if you've not already used that code BANKHALL20, make sure you're taking advantage of that one.
Yeah, I use it all the time. That sits on my desk. Sorry, let me put my hand in here just to... There we go. Yeah, that sits on my desk with my guillotine, and I use them both, I think, as much as each other. I really do.
Laurie Barnett is saying the same. She's saying, I need one too, Lily. Laurie, mine and yours orders might be going in after this show, that is for sure.
So I'm just holding this now just for that glue to grab. I'm going to be here all day, come on.
It's the thing, when you're live, it seems to take so much longer.
Yeah. It really does.
Studio lights, that classic excuse. We've never heard that one before.
Definitely.
A lot of suggestions about the brickwork, actually. Some people are suggesting maybe an embossing folder or a stencil. That would work well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we've got stencils and we've got embossing folders that give you a leopard print look if you want. We've got all sorts of ones that, again, you could really be using.
Wood grain as well, that would work well.
There we go.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go.
It's grabbed. Right, let's pop that to the side because we've got one last thing that we're going to do. And I want to get them measurement. Oh, I've got enough time. Panicked a little bit then.
You're fine.
Let's move that to the side. So if I bring this one in, this is what we're going to do now. So it's a very, very easily put together. But what, I mean, again, I've got the measurements for mine. If you have gone a little bit shorter in, or you've decided you want this to be 8 inches wide, you're going to, again, alter your measurements, but again, very, very easily. So you're going to, with either your glass mat or your ruler, just make sure that you measure from there to there. It might be 2 inches, it might be 2 inches and a little bit. But you need to make sure that you measure it, because if you think, well, the front of my gingerbread house is 2.5 inches, that's going to be, actually it's not, because if we've, as you can see, we've put that just a little bit shorter, and on that side for me, it's actually gone right to the edge. So just line it up on your scoreboard. That is 2 and It's 2 3/8 of an inch for me. And then that one fit perfect. So we're going to bring this one in because I know this one is exactly the same. So my inside box on here. So again, I'm measuring it. That is just 2 3. In fact, it's not. It's 2, 1, can't count. 2 3/8 of an inch wide. Yours might be 2 4/8. Yours might be, you know, that little bit different to mine. But what we're going to do is we're going to bring in a piece of our craft card again.
Yeah.
So for me, we're going to cut this down to 9 3/4 by 8 2/8. Sorry. So it's going to be exactly that width of the card.
2/8 being 1/4.
Yeah.
And we know the width of our A4 card is 8 1/4.
Yeah, I know. It's because I work in those 1/8 that I always say it. Normal box, we're going to score it at 3 inches on each side.
Okay. Great suggestion coming from Linda. She's saying put some cotton in the chimney for smoke. Will that
Yes,
work well?
absolutely. And again, I just wanted to make sure that I were going to get this finished. So you've got all those basic measurements and how to pop it together. And what you're going to do is you're really going to go to town on it.
Oh, yeah.
I absolutely would have done, but I needed to make sure that I got it done. But I can tell you, I am going to be making so many of these because it is just so much fun.
It is, isn't it?
I've had so much fun creating that.
And Teresa's saying a Christmas village of gingerbread houses would be great. Well, I think that's what Michelle might be creating herself at home. But that would look amazing, wouldn't it?
If you've got that a table at home and you really go to town with it for Christmas, can you imagine using this particular one and maybe that haunted house one? Can you imagine how you could, what an amazing centrepiece you could make?
I'm just thinking as well, I know it will be quite a large project. It wouldn't be a quick one, that's for sure, one to do over a few weeks, but we've still got plenty of time. How about advent calendar boxes? So making 24 of these, maybe different colourways for each and every single one. Little treats in maybe for the kiddies or the grandkiddies for advent would be absolutely incredible.
That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. So before I glue this together, what I tend to do is I tend to just hold that. I'm going to bring in this. I'm going to make sure that it fits in.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to glue it together and then try to fit it in, and I've made it a little bit too big.
Yeah.
It does. So let me bring in, again, I'm going to bring in my tacky glue. I've got my paper clips, so I can it can hold it while it's drying.
Oh, I think we've got a question coming from Lynn. If we are all right to see what Lynn is asking. She's got her hand up. Yeah, Michelle's just popping a glue on the tabs at the moment. Let's go back over to Lynn. We're just firing up the computer. You know what technology's like. Takes its time. Lynn, you all right?
I didn't get the measurements of the box.
This box that I'm making for the inside?
Yes, yes.
So it's 9 3/4.
Yeah.
By 8 1/4.
Right, lovely.
And score at 3 inches on each side.
Lovely. Okay, thank you.
Okie dokie.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you ever so much for that. We'll let our lovely Lynn get on with the crafting. And of course, we will be checking in with her again before the end of the show to see her project.
I do love every time she comes on screen and I get to see that fabulous wig. That fabulous creation
For me, it's the
that
earrings.
she's wearing.
It's the earrings that do it for me. Love the earrings.
Amazing. I love it.
Oh, brilliant.
So just again, gluing these together, popping it all together.
So when it comes to gluing your box tabs and construction and stuff like that, is your go-to your tacky glue, or do you mix it up between tacky glue and red line, or is it just however the mood takes you?
I tend to use my tacky glue on my craft card.
Okay, interesting.
I don't know why.
It makes sense because
it's more fibrous,
yeah,
isn't
quite
it?
a lot of people recommend that because it is fibrous. You want something that's going to soak into the fibres. Your tape will just, of course, sit on the surface. So yeah, great shout for using your tacky glue with a fibrous card like your craft card.
But normally it's just my multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Or again, if it's something that's got lots of movement and things like that, I've got red liner in there as well.
Yeah.
Right, so all we're going to do now is we're going to create a base for this. So if you've got a circle die at home that you want to create the base with that, it's entirely up to you. All I did for my other one was I measured this. So what have we got? This is just under 4 inches by just under 2.5. So let's try 3 by 5. And again, this is not any particular size, it's just the size that you want, the size that you think, actually, that looks good. So I said 3 by 5, so I'm going to bring it in. I'm going to sit it on. And actually, I'm quite happy with that. I've got as much around the edges as I want. I'm going to curve them off, though, so I'm going to bring in my corner punch. Oh, there we go. And then, so we're going to add glue to the bottom of this. And look at that, I've just got a couple of things left to do, and I think we're going to get them all done.
Yeah, we're doing well, aren't we? Good, doing good for time, just 15 minutes left on the show, but yeah, looks like we're going to be good for this one.
So let's pop that on there. So I misplaced that and I've got glue seeping out, but I'm going to be popping some glitter around that edge.
Oh, perfect.
So I'm not too worried about the fact that I've moved it and I can see that. Let's move that a little bit. So I'm just trying to judge it in the middle.
Yeah.
If you're rubbish at getting things in the middle, pop it on a jaunty angle.
Yeah, and then no one will know. Of course it was intentional.
Of course. That's it. I'm going to bring in this. I'm going to make sure that I'm happy with the size, and I am. It fits down perfectly. So I'm going to pop this to the side while that dries. And then the only other thing that I want to do is, if you remember, I said if I bring this in, we needed to cut out 8, 5, 10.
8, 5, 10?
8, 5, 10.
8,510. We'll be here for a long time, Michelle. That's not a 15-minute job.
Yes, not 850, 10, am I going to say?
8,510. 850, 10.
So
Oh,
I'm going to bring this in.
You can tell Corinne's not in with the mask, can you?
I know.
We're certainly not like that, are we? Oh dear.
And she corrects me in such a lovely way. She sort of chuckles when she corrects me. Like I knew, I was just testing you, Corinne.
Yeah, you were just checking that she actually knew. I can spell, but maths has never been my strong point.
Oh, when we sit and watch, I've said before, haven't I? We sit and watch a quiz show on a night when we're up on a weekend together. And sometimes I'd let her answer first.
Oh yeah, very generous, very generous.
I'm so lovely like that.
It's like when I used to live with my mum and we used to watch quiz shows. She was always much better than me, so she'd be getting all the answers. And I used to say, "Oh, you don't give me a chance," as if I actually knew the answer and I just wasn't quick enough.
Yeah.
Nah, never knew any of the answers.
No.
I do love watching quiz shows, but yeah, I'm hopeless.
I'm the same. My husband, Ben, he's one of those annoying people who sort of knows like everything.
Yeah, all those random facts.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm sat there watching the chase and I'm like, who even knows that?
No.
As Ben's shouting out the answer.
Yeah. And they always think, they go, "Oh, you don't know that?" I'm like, "No, I don't know it." "Oh, I thought everybody knew that." Well, I'm clearly not everybody then.
Right, so we're on to 3. They look like waves.
They do, don't they? You could use that as a stencil, couldn't you? That'd be quite cool.
Gosh, yes, of course you could.
If you took a large piece of cardstock, cut it all over, so you've got it in a row, and you could then be spritzing through that, inking through it, popping your glitter paste through it. I like that idea.
Of course you
That'd
could.
be quite cool.
That's a good idea. It's about actually looking at things in a totally different way, isn't it?
I'd always say, yes, your dies are tools, but you can use your dies to actually make tools, make your stencils, make your masks. Don't just think about using them as that physical die cut. There's so much more you can do, which is absolutely brilliant.
It absolutely is. So I've just done 5 for now.
Okay.
We'll do down one side of the roof and then hopefully we'll get to finish the other side. So you can see that I've got my chimney there.
Yeah.
If I'd have thought, I would have maybe popped this on before, but again, doesn't really matter because we can just trim it down to fit round the chimney. It's absolutely not a problem. So I'm going to use Dottie for this. And what we're going to do is I'm going to have them right at the bottom of each of my little layers. Right down to the bottom. You don't have to, you could have them underneath that one. You could have 2 or 3 on each. You could have a real fully tiled roof.
I mean, you could have them almost in like rainbow colours, couldn't you? Like ombre and down, that'd be quite cool.
Could.
I have to say that I do like the chocolate Centura pearl that you've used, because I'm imagining this is like a melted chocolate trimming on the gingerbread.
Yes.
It's making me very hungry.
Yes, it is.
We've got icing, we've got sweeties, now we've got chocolate. Oh, don't get much better, does it?
It doesn't. Definitely not.
You guys at home are absolutely loving this craft along, and you're coming up with so many ideas as well yourselves, which is so lovely to see. Samantha's saying the box you could add handles to and make it an Easter basket. Fabulous idea. Bran W is saying could build a North Pole village with a toy shop, cookie shop, reindeer barn and so on. Great shout on that one as well. And Deb Rich is saying she thinks she might put lights in hers when she makes it. Fabulous craft along. Wow, love that idea. Be amazed with a few LED candles or LED little string lights in there, wouldn't it?
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I love that idea. Maybe you could use some of the windows and actually cut those into the house. I'm sure there's a way you could do that. Add a little bit of vellum behind as well, then you get that soft glow.
Absolutely. It would be, it wouldn't be a lot to adapt it to be able to do that, definitely. If you've got nesting dies at home, you're going to be able to adapt that very easily.
I'm just thinking actually some of the window dies that you've got in there, if you took the window die, cut that into your base, that would give you the aperture. Then you could die cut again from a separate piece of cardstock, add your vellum behind, and then you could stick the actual window frame into that aperture. That'd be a way of doing it as well, just using the dies in the set. So yeah, so many options with these. Love it.
So last one on this side, and you can see all I did was I just snipped into it until I was happy with the size, round the chimney, and then just glued it down.
Perfect.
So that one should tuck right down. There we go. And to be honest, do I have one left? I don't. They've disappeared. You know, if you don't want to have that sort of as a brick roof, you could use these all the way round, so you know the effect ties in. Entirely up to you. But let's bring this in. Let's die cut out those last 5 pieces. And then I think I really am done this time.
I know. Amazing.
Sometimes I say I'm done and then I'm like, oh no, actually I forgot.
The thing is, when you're crafting at home, I don't know about you, but I'm exactly the same. You go, okay, that's finished now. And then you'll have a look, you go, oh no, just stick a bow on. Oh,
yes.
A few more gems. Oh, just another butterfly. And it's like, when do you stop? That's always the question, isn't it?
Definitely. So one, I just need 5 of these. 2.
I love the fact that so many of the dies within this collection will fit through your small machines. The vast majority will even go through your mini. So if you are crafting on the go, or maybe even crafting with the grandkids, then it will be absolutely ideal for using those small manual machines.
3. I'm just here, still counting.
Still counting. That's 3, 2 to go.
I'm really restraining myself from doing count von count, can I just say? Did you ever watch that when you were little? Sesame Street.
No, I didn't. I don't think I've ever seen it, you know.
It was equally terrifying and fun, all at the same time. So the Was it Groucho from In the Dustbin? Was a bit scary.
Yeah.
Because he was obviously grouchy.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Bird's friend, Snuffleupagus, whatever it's called. Everyone's watching and they're all like, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I've just never seen it. You know what I'm like with telly, so.
He horrified me. He was like a big woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
He was huge. He was very scary.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
Right, so let's just glue these last 5 on. While we're doing that, my base is drying completely, and then I can put it on.
Brilliant.
If you want to make a larger base than the one that we've done that just is for the box inside, so if you wanted to do like an 8x8 base, you could be popping the penguin on, having him like make a little scene, having him sat on there.
How cute. Could even bring in the snowman as well. Could have a whole family.
And the Christmas tree, you could have the Christmas tree sat next to it. It didn't necessarily have to be a Christmas tree. You can put some of the candy canes on from this, and it can just be the tree outside the gingerbread house with all sorts of, all the little sweet embellishments that come with this kit as well. You could make the little tree double-sided, put a tiny little box in the middle, and you could actually have some real sweets in there. You can tell I've done all this in my head at home. Thinking, is it going to all fit into 2 hours?
Yeah.
So last one, I'll just tip that up so you guys can see. Last one.
Marlene's saying, would it have been easier to actually have cut this shape on the roof edges as you go along rather than at the end, or is it just personal choice, I suppose?
It probably would have been, absolutely. But what I was doing when I was creating this at home was seeing how long it was taking me. I was making sure I was going to get it all into the 2 hours. So I'd created it all, and then I was like, I've still got a little bit of time left. It'd be nice to add these. So to be fair, I've just followed it exactly as I did at home. But yes, before you pop those on, it would be easier for you to glue those edgings and then pop it on.
Okay.
But that is, except for all the extra glitter that I've popped on this one, it is done.
Absolutely gorgeous. I love that. What an incredible craft along project. Thank you so much, Michelle. I have loved seeing that come to life from start to finish. Starting off with that blank piece of cardstock and creating something quite frankly absolutely incredible. I mean, how amazing would that look as a centerpiece, perhaps for Christmas dinner? Maybe it's going to be on Christmas Eve. Maybe there's going to be a few little goodies in there. Wouldn't it be perfect for like a little after dinner treat at Christmas dinner? Maybe it's going to be a few sweeties in there. But honestly, I cannot wait to see what all you guys at home recreate when you pop together this craft along. So do make sure you share those pictures with us all. Now, it wasn't just Michelle crafting on this afternoon's craft along. We do have our amazing Lynn crafting along with us at home. Lynn, where are we up to? How are you getting on?
I'm not finished. I lost my little die for, it's locked down here, the one that goes like that.
Yeah.
So I used this one and cut it.
Yes.
To make the snow down there. I did make a chimney, but it's not on yet. And then I haven't made the box, so I got to finish it. But I'm pretty pleased. I didn't have a red ink pad, but I did have an acrylic marker, which I did there. So I sort of adapted where I didn't have what I needed. And then I've got some little holly on the top. I found some embellishments in my drawer.
Oh, I love that. That is beautiful.
That is looking absolutely amazing. I love the fact that you've put your own spin on it and it looks super, super special. I cannot wait to see when it's all finished. So please do make sure you share a photo with us over on the groups, because I know it's going to be an absolute showstopper.
And I've got somebody coming next week who wanted some input for fundraising for a charity. And I've ended up saying I will run workshops of stuff we can make. They don't want cards, they want other items to sell. So I think gingerbread houses is going to be proper.
Perfect.
What an ideal project, and I think they're going to absolutely love that. And of course, they can all be personalising them, so they can all be doing different colourways, different sorts of cardstock, and I think that'll be really, really special. Oh, thank you, Lynn. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show. I really hope you've enjoyed it.
I have. I presume Michelle's going to put the details up online so that I can double check.
Yes. Yes, I will. I'll do it after the show. Yeah.
Thank
definitely.
you. And what do you want on your wig?
I want that one you're wearing. I love it.
Exactly like mine. Okay.
Yes. I love it.
Righty-ho.
Don't forget, you can always pop me a message if you're unsure on anything, and I'll reply.
Right. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. I've enjoyed myself very much. I'm very tired because I get very fatigued after my illness.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go and have a chill out and a cup of tea and then come back and finish it off.
That sounds lovely.
That sounds
I think
like
we'll
a plan.
do that.
Yeah, I'm hoping, Lynn, you're going to be having some gingerbread with your tea. How perfect would that be, eh?
I'd have to make it first. I haven't got any in.
Oh, that might be a bit more tiring. Just have a normal biscuit, then tea and biscuit sounds like a plan.
It would be more tiring because I don't have flour. I have an allergy, so I have to do everything with coconut flour, so I have to find the recipes first.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, bless you. Well, I hope you have a lovely cuppa, and I can't wait to see your project when it's all complete.
Thank you very much.
You take care, and we'll be seeing you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, it's been so lovely to have Lynn craft along with us on this afternoon's craft along, and what a craft along it has been. An absolutely outstanding project from our Michelle. So thank you for that, Michelle. I've really enjoyed seeing all that come together.
Much.
Of course.
It came together lovely, didn't it?
It certainly did. It all came nice in the end and perfectly timed as well. An absolutely amazing project. Can't wait to see what you guys recreate at home when you pop together that craft along. Now we have had lots of inspiration throughout the day already. We've had our Play Your Crafts Right. We've just had our craft along, but don't worry, we will be back in just an hour because we have got a masterclass and we've got some absolutely amazing bank holiday deals coming up as part of this masterclass. But of course, with it being a masterclass, we've got lots of inspiration as well. I've had a sneak peek at some of Michelle's demos, and there's some more absolute corkers. I'm not being funny, but that vote tonight for demo of the show is going to be quite tricky, and demo of the day as well will be a tricky one as well. But make sure you check out that website, take advantage of that Bankhole 20 code if you're shopping for those individual items and you want to get that 20% off. But do make sure you join us back here in an hour at 6 o'clock UK time for that masterclass. It's been amazing to have your company for this show. You take care, and I'll be seeing you again very, very soon. Goodbye.